Hero, come on, baby, it's your daddy. Come on, Hero. Some things will never change, guys. Look at that. There's my good boy. Come here, baby. The good boy, my good boy. Oh, Hero, buddy. How are you today, my son? How are you, buddy? Are you having a good day? Look at my little goatee. Oh, I could cry. I love him so very much, you guys. Y'all have no idea. Actually, I'm sure you do have some idea, because he's in every single dang video I make. Oh, man. Sweet boy. Hey, buddy. Guys, today I got something really funny to share with y'all. It's about my beautiful fiance, my Meg. You know, she has been just in my ear nonstop 24/7 about something she's really excited about. She will not let me hear the end of it. Everywhere I turn, I watch a TV show. Hey, Bubby, can we do this and this and this? And then I'll be playing Xbox. She'll ask me to take off the headset when I'm talking to my friends, and she'll be like, hey, Lovey, there's this and this and this about said subject matter. And then I'll be outside, and she'll be like, oh, Lovey, we could do this for this and this and this. And there's just this one thing that she is obsessed with and will not let go of. And so, you know, what do they say? Happy wife, happy life. So I'm thinking it's coming time to where I need to just cave in and make my beautiful happy. Some of you might already know what I'm talking about, but in case you don't, my beautiful fiance is obsessed with the emu, this animal, EMU. It's like an ostrich. I'm sure most of you already know what it is, but they're a little bit smaller than an ostrich. And for the past week or two, I'm not kidding, guys, she has not, I'm not going to say she hasn't shut up about it, because like she don't need to shut up. That's like disrespectful, and I don't want her to have to be quiet or anything. Of course, I'm happy to appease her interest, because she's very patient and she tolerates my football obsessions and all of my interests. So it's not the right way to put it, but she cannot stop talking about emus. She just has to have one, you guys. And so I'm thinking it's coming time to where we need to just get her one and make her happy. And so I wanted to talk about that with you guys today. It's really funny how obsessed she is with them. And like you guys know how obsessed she is with her little birds, her Hey, her Rocky, the little chickens. And now she's getting obsessed over big birds. Like, goodness gracious, this is getting out of control. But I love her so much, and so she can be obsessed with whatever she wants, as long as it's reasonable and healthy, of course. But as far as actually getting an emu, a lot of people say emu. That's what I used to say, but evidently the correct pronunciation of that word is emu. So it feels weird coming off of my tongue like that, but I'm doing my best to kind of get used to saying it that way. Look at them. They're eating hay really good. I know my dad said they were drinking a lot of milk before, but they're getting to that age where the weaning process might not too soon, but the weaning process should start relatively soon. And the fact that they're eating hay and the fact that they're kind of doing big goat things shows me that they're getting there. Even Finn, the little one, even Finn is eating some hay. So they're getting there to where they're not going to need it as much, where they can start fully getting on an adult diet and an adult goat routine, teenage goat routine, whatever you want to call it. But back to the emu. What do we do? I've sat there and I've tried to think a lot about the logistics of this, like where they would go and where it would be the safest. Do we get one or do we get two? I've done a little bit of research. Meg has done 1,000 times more research than I have, though, because she, as badly as she wants one, she wants to make sure that she would only do it if it is safe for our farm and safe for all the animals. And so that's really the biggest thing that we've considered. And there's some places I know that have ones that are pretty sweet and pretty tame. They're not wild or crazy. The emu in general is not as wild and as crazy of a creature as the ostrich. I know my dad has a lot of ostriches and a lot of ostrich. I don't know the plural of that word. I think it's ostrich. But there's been times where they've gotten crazy. They've never hurt any of the other animals, but they have definitely been dangerously close to hurting a person. I know my dad, Jake, and I, all three of us were attacked by Carl in the first few months that he was here before he went to Longhorn Lester's. They have a really ferocious mating season that brings out a wild side in them. Emus don't have that crazy demeanor change every season. Like in mating season, they don't go extra crazy or anything like that. So they're just in general a more sweet and more tame animal, which is great for me because I don't like wild, crazy animals, as you all already know. What else about them? They're a little bit smaller, so even if they did get excited or whatever, they're not nearly as likely to hurt somebody as an ostrich would be. They're a little bit smaller. I think they said like about 5.7 feet, and I'm 5'8", so that's like almost the exact same height as me. That's way less intimidating than a 6 foot tall horse or a 8 foot tall ostrich. You know what I mean? 6 foot, however tall, moo. But it's just something that we've kind of been thinking about as far as what pasture to put them in. If it were to be tame, or if they were to be good with the littles, then I suppose they could be a little. Of course, we'd have to make sure that Annie and Ernie would accept them okay. I think they would. Annie seems to only really be protective against dogs. Like every other animal that we've brought in here before, even Carl, Annie kind of just handled it pretty smoothly. Granny Annie over there is the protector, so it really, really does matter how she in particular accepts any other animals that we bring in here. We talked to my dad about it, and my dad said that if we wanted to, he thinks it'd be a good idea. It'd be good for, content. It'd be good to have another big animal presence, just all that much more intimidating to any wild dogs or whatever comes by. You know what I mean? So that's good. I guess if it didn't go as smoothly as we wanted to, we could make it a big. I don't want to think about that though. I don't want to get anything unless we know like pretty certainly that it's going to be smooth and it'll be good with the other animals. So being a little, to me, would be my favorite thing. I'm not sure if Meg feels the same way. I'm sure she does. It'd be much more convenient for it to be in here than it would be in the Big's pasture, unless it wanted to be a friend for Rita or something like that, because right now we're having a hard time finding a friend for Rita. So because y'all know Rita's crazy, and Rita's been kind of, she's been kind of mean to the other animals, so she's kind of on her own right now. It's a difficulty, it's a struggle trying to find out which animals she does well with and which ones she doesn't do well with. As far as I've seen, Indy's the only one she tolerates. The little tiny alpaca is the only animal that seems to be getting along okay with Rita. I don't know though, guys. A lot of questions, a lot of speculation, but you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think about the whole thing. Any good ideas you might have, if you think it's a good idea, if you think it's a bad idea, if you think it could be a good idea but we should do it this and this and this way to be a good idea. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. And also, a lot of you, I'm sure, follow all of our family on YouTube and Facebook, but just in case you don't, my cousin Jake actually has an emu. Oh, that only fueled Megan's obsession. We went over there a few days ago and she got to meet Jake's emu named Littlefoot, and she was just going nuts. Like, her emu obsession was already bad, but it just got even worse after she met Little Thing. She's like, "Oh, Lovey, I gotta have one. I want one so bad." And I was just like, oh boy. But yeah, y'all go look at my cousin Jake's page. It's called Shirtless Jake's Homestead. I'll repeat that. Shirtless Jake's Homestead is the name of my cousin's YouTube and Facebook page if you want to watch his videos. He puts out funny content, and he has a lot of videos of that emu if you want to learn more about them yourself, or if you kind of want to see one firsthand. But anyways, guys, I think that's about it for this video. That's kind of what we're looking at right now, kind of one of the things that we're looking into. So like I said, y'all let us know what you think. And I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say, but I don't quite remember. It must not have been that important if I can't remember what it was. You know what I mean? Sometimes I forget stuff, but I sit there and think, like, if I was able to forget that so easily, then was it really, really that important? It was, oh yeah, I remember now. About how many we would get. They're better off, these emus, they're good as animals in a, I'm not going to say a herd, but like in pairs, like in a group. A lot of animals do well in groups of multiple of them. They're not the kind of animals that want to be by themselves. However, these animals can handle being a single or being on their own a lot better than other animals can. And so if we were to get one and we were to spend a lot of time with it, just being out here a lot, like we already are, and like we could do even more, then it would be fine on its own. And then to get along with the goats, get along with the alpacas. So it wouldn't necessarily need a companion, but it also could have a companion too. And so that's another thing, is that we could do two, could do one. Either would be okay. My cousin Jake has one, and that one seems to be doing good. So yeah, guys, with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Y'all be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you guys want to see. I hope you all have an incredibly blessed day. And as I always say, your boy Ellie out. Hey, Olga, or Johnny boy, whoever you are.